Starfield just got a new look at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, and it was amazing to see. From the RPG elements to the exploration and even the factions, Starfield is shaping up to be a great game just from what we saw. And what is up guys, Andrew from the Denmen here, and today we will be taking a look at the latest gameplay for Starfield from the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. There is a lot of new information, so if you are excited, make sure to hit that like button and comment what you want to see from Starfield. But with that being said, let's not waste any more time, so get comfy, relax a little, and let's get right into the video. So starting off, we get our first look at one of the many destinations in Starfield with the Moon of Crete. To me, this is one of the more barren locations, but it could potentially hold some unique secrets, so I don't want to be jumping to any conclusions there. Something that gets me really interested is the idea of scanning. We see this a little in the trailer with the ability to scan for different things like resources, fauna, and flora that the planet has. We will be able to do this for every location in the game and discover everything that it has to offer, so that is very good to see from a game that looks like it will be heavily involved in exploration. Another unique gameplay aspect that we saw in the trailer is the level of gravity of each planet. Taking a look at the Moon of Crete, we see that it has a gravity level of 0.55. This is likely one that is lighter than what we see on Earth, while something that is greater than one will be heavier. It will be interesting to see how this plays from a gameplay standpoint with different levels of gravity for each planet, and I can't wait to see what each one is like. On Crete, we see a couple of different creatures around the area. I hope that we see a plethora of unique ones for each of the planets and not have them be reused often. If it is possible to get a wide variety of creatures for all of these different planets, then it will definitely be a fun game to explore. Heading towards the research facility, we see our first enemy factions with the Crimson Fleet. Now, even though they're displayed as enemies in this section of the trailer, Bethesda has already confirmed that we will be able to join them as a playable faction. This will be interesting to see how far they take different factions like this, and how deep of storylines we will be seeing from all of them will be. I imagine the Crimson Fleet will be a main faction for the game, so expect a lot of different opportunities here. Let's talk for a second about the combat that we got to see in the trailer. It does look a little janky as of right now, but you also have to remember that this game was delayed till the first half of 2023, so there is plenty of time to iron out some of the issues fans are having with it. Overall, I'd say that Starfield will bring a unique look on combat from different gravity levels, aerial systems like the jetpack, and some interesting weapons that we will no doubt be seeing. Next thing we see from the trailer is the latest in the Bethesda lockpick system with Digipicks. This seems like a simple design that players will learn early in the game, so I think that is doing its job on that end. What I find interesting though is our ability to use jetpacks for limited flight in the game. And even though this isn't the first time we are seeing this in a Bethesda game, I will be curious to learn more about how it will work throughout different planets, and if it will be able to be upgraded. We also got to see our first in-game look at one of the hubs for Starfield with the United Colony's capital of New Atlantis. In a recent interview with Todd Howard, it is revealed that New Atlantis will be one of 4 major cities we can find in-game. I imagine that since there are only 4 of them, they will all be relatively large and have good density from a population side of things. New Atlantis, on the other hand, looks to be a very unique location with stunning scenery and large skyscrapers lining its borders. New Atlantis is also home to the last group of space explorers with the faction of Constellation. This one is tied heavily to the main story of the game, which we will get to in just a moment. Before that though, I just want to say that what Bethesda has done with Creation Engine 2 and the facial expressions has made Starfield look a lot better than their other titles. The amount of detail that is being put into the graphics for this game is amazing and can't be overshadowed by the great leap that Bethesda has taken on that end. Next, we get a little look into the main questline that we will be going through in Starfield. From the trailer, it looks like we will be going from planet to planet looking for shards of a larger object. We got to see what it looks to be this certain object for a second, but its purpose and what Constellation will be attempting to do with it is still unknown for now. I imagine that we might be seeing interconnected storylines like in Fallout with everyone looking for these shards. I hope that Bethesda doesn't go too far into intertwining different faction storylines though, because seeing each one unfold separately makes for a more complete experience. Throughout this montage of different planets, we got to see ones that we already know about with Aquila City and what looks to be Neon. Being able to finally see them with in-game looks really gets me excited because up to this point, we only got to look at them through concept arts and couldn't fully know what they would be like. Past that, we get to see some looks at some existing factions like the United Colonies and Freestar Collective and how we will be able to interact with them. I really enjoy how they are giving the player the option whether to join these factions because it is something that will set Starfield apart as a true RPG. We also got confirmation that we will be able to have zero gravity fights and it looks like they'll be a lot of fun. I hope that Bethesda really leans into the space side of things with Starfield because there is a lot of potential for great moments like some unique fighting experiences. Moving on from the story side to Starfield, Bethesda takes a look at what character creation is going to look like in Starfield. It is more in-depth this time around and even goes as far with different backgrounds and traits that will affect your dialogue with other characters and your overall experience in-game. I really like this addition to the game because again, this is something that could really set it apart as a true RPG, so I'm interested to hear more about these different features. The traits get me really excited because they vary heavily with being able to start the game with a house to being able to unlock some new missions from different planets. What I want to know is how far they are going to take this because right now it appears to be a great addition to the game and one that players will have to take their time on choosing the right ones. We also get a look into what the skill system in Starfield will look like, and it seems to be pretty in-depth. From things like combat and science with different tiers for each skill, it is shaping up to be a very interesting feature to the game. Crafting is also making its return, and it looks to be adding on to what we got in Fallout 4 and 76, and adjusting it to making it even better. How it works is you will need to acquire certain resources you will find on different planets and be able to use those materials to craft these unique weapons to your liking. Outpost building will also be making a return, but this time it looks like they are doing it right with a better view overlooking the whole area and being able to hire characters to keep it up and running. This is probably one of the best changes we got from Fallout 4 with being able to hire these different NPCs to make your outpost as good as possible. Outpost building looks to be a feature that is highly overlooked, and personally, I can't wait to see how far they take this specific feature. One of the biggest reveals during the Starfield gameplay trailer is all of the different aspects associated with ships. First off, shipbuilding will be a thing that you'll be able to do in Starfield, and it looks to be highly in-depth. From having to hire crew members, to managing the different levels like speed, shield, mass, and so much more. It will be interesting to see all of the different combinations that will be available to the player and how that will affect certain aspects of your ship. Further than that, you will also be able to fly your ship in space and engage in space battles. This was a great reveal and one that looks to be very smooth in game. I think what gets me most excited is being able to fly to different planets yourself without a load screen and engaging in these ship battles. I'd be interested to see how far Bethesda takes space battles because we could be seeing full-on large-scale wars in Starfield, which would take Starfield to the next level. To wrap it all up, Bethesda revealed the size that Starfield is, and it gets me excited to see what everything will look like in-game. What is stirring up a lot of controversy right now is the fact that there will be 1,000 planets in-game, and they will all be fully explorable. What is making fans concerned is the amount of detail that will be put into each planet. Now, we already know that a lot of what we will be seeing is procedurally generated, but in my opinion, this shouldn't take away from the level of detail that will still be in the game. On the other hand, I'd still be interested to hear what kind of detail we can be expecting for each of these planets, and I can understand some fans' concerns. It looks like for now, we will just have to wait and see what Bethesda has planned next. Starfield is shaping up to be quite a unique game, from all of the different planets, the ship travel, and certain RPG elements that will change each playthrough. We still have a little ways to go till the launch of Bethesda's next big title, so there is plenty of time to hear more about the game, but until then, we here at the Denmen will keep you up to date on everything you need to know about Starfield. But that is all for me now though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment any videos you want to see in the future, and I'll see you all next time.